Hello and welcome. We're at the track covering the Sport of Kings. Coming up, Trinidad and Tobago's 2019 Horse of the Year, Juice Man, tackles a tough field at Santa Rosa Park. The latest from Jamaica's Caymanas Park. Caribbean jocks make headlines at tracks in the USA and Canada. And a sensational sprint performance from the Glorious Goodwood meet in England that we've got to look at. Let's check out Trinidad and Tobago for the start.
3-year-old and upward horses rated 80 and over in Saturday's feature. The race moved off the turf because of heavy rain. The 2019 Horse of the Year and Derby winner Juice Man with Ricky Jadu aboard among the starters. The 6-horse commanding fashion scratched, leaving 8 starters in the 1-mile run on a sloppy track. Number 1 Spoke in Your Wheel, the third best supported in the betting at 9-2. Juice Man, the 3-horse, is a 3-5 favourite for ex-champion trainer Glenn Mendez. With number 8 Apocalypse, last year's Caribbean Champion Stakes winner, the 5-2 second favourite. And number 9, the 2018 Guinness and Midsummer Classic champion General JN at 6-1. Here's Nick Chady's race call.
Pretty good start. Juice Man and Root of Jesse. Here's This One's for Ron. And Apocalypse with the top flight as well as they rush toward the first turn run. Juice Man is a narrow leader. This one's run comes away running in second. Apocalypse is up there in third. General JN is running in fourth. Stockyard has a spot down at the rail in the fifth position. We come back to Spoke in Your Wheel, who is running in sixth. Root of Jesse is in seventh. And trailing the field, How Sweet It Is, 1200 to go. Juice Man opens up. Juice Man by a length now to This One's Around in second, pressing the pace, and right there between horses races Apocalypse down toward the inside, and Stockyard has a foothold there in fourth. General JN is racing in the fifth position. Gap of 3 lengths to Spoke in Your Wheel, Root of Jesse, and long way tilled off How Sweet It Is. A half-mile left to go. They race toward the far turn. Juice Man still there. Juice Man still maintains a length lead. Now a length and a half. It's Juice Man in front. Apocalypse comes under a bit of a ride. General JN is up on the outside, and This One's a run right there as they're halfway on the turn. Stockyard is racing in fifth now. Spoke in Your Wheel is sixth. Juice Man still leads. Juice Man by a half a length here to General JN, pressing all the time with a quarter of a mile remaining. This one's around is next. Apocalypse suddenly drops off the pace. He's now 6 from the front as Juice Man opens up again. Juice Man in front by 2, by 3, approaching the furlong pole toward the inside, and This One's around, and General JN chasing that one home, followed by Spoke in Your Wheel. But it's Juice Man on his way to the winner's circle. Juice Man and Ricky Jadu has it wrapped up. General JN second. This one's for on third. Spoke in Your Wheel ran fourth.
The 4-year-old colt Juice Man commanding here in a gate-to-wire win under the handride from the 53-year-old jockey Ricky Jadu. No challenges as he scoots to a solid win here by 4 1/4 lengths. Chased by General JN and former Horse of the Year, This One's for Ron. Juice Man's winning time for the adjusted 8 3/4 furlong trip after the event was taken off the turf. A pretty quick 1 minute 49.44 seconds. This the colt's 6th win from 9 starts at Santa Rosa Park for trainer Mendez and owner Justin Cantor-Prasad. Next scheduled start for Juice Man, the Independence Cup on the 31st of August.
To Jamaica now. Trainer Ian Prasad's 4-year-old gelding Father Patrick was favourite for the BGNLC Trophy race, eyeing a 3rd win in his last 4 starts. Let's see how he does here. Brad Rickman on commentary.
They're off. Missing Kiss came out at the back with El Professor in wartime. Rojon the pilot took off swiftly. God of Love in close pursuit. Boulder Flare is right there too with Father Patrick moving down quickly on the outside. Corazon just ahead of Cryptocurrency. The speedball Dun Robin kept off the fractions as they leave the half-mile marker. In behind them, Duke now making ground on the outside of Peking Cruise. A gap of 3.5 to 4 lengths in behind them to wartime Missing Kiss. And last of all, it's El Professor as they drive past the 3 and run toward the final 5/16. Father Patrick out in front and skittering along with a 3.5 length lead. It's held over Boulder Flare now, who runs the rail. Corazon asked to look for room in between them. God of Love in the red silks now asked to bubble to the boil, but it's Father Patrick continuing to sprint on, running toward the furlong pole with a clear lead. Boulder Flare maintains his position down against the rail. Corazon in between horses. God of Love just out 3 wide, and Peking Cruise trying to come on late, but Father Patrick holds the advantage by 3 or more in the end. It's all Father Patrick and Omar Walker he'll have. 3 wins on the card.
5 wins now in 10 lifetime starts. Father Patrick does it as a 3-5 favourite, closing a triple for 6-time champion jockey Omar Walker, scoring by 2.5 lengths over Wartime and clocking 105 3/5 of a second for Passad's 17th win of the season. Only champion Anthony Nunes and Gary Sabrati have one more.
Patrick had a lot of ability as a 3-year-old. We had some issues with his knees. We did a lot of work. Dr. White from Trinidad had to do some surgery. We gave him enough time. He seems to be back and he seems to be doing very well now. So hopefully he can progress from here and make it up to grade 1.
Passad still without a classic win, by the way, after his talented gelding Mahogany was beaten in contentious circumstances in the previous weekend's 2,000 guineas. The horse's rider Dane Dawkins was heavily criticised for his suicidal splits of 23-1, 45 by 109.4. In the end, having nothing left to fight off the favourite Wow Wow in the home stretch, resulting in his first ever defeat aboard Mahogany. But Passad is choosing not to deride the 26-year-old jockey who has done so well for him in the past.
We all make mistakes, and quite frankly, I do not give my good jockeys instructions. Usually it is good luck. When the gate opens, they get the job done. A lot of folks have been discussing about the ride. I think Dane Dawkins, first of all, is very professional. Dane Dawkins, in my view, is one of the top 5 riders at Caymanas Park. I think in future, Dane Dawkins has a lot of races to win. I predict he will be a champion jockey, and I predict he will win classic races as well.
Mahogany, Passad says, came out of the Guinness well and along with stablemate Double Crown will be back for the St. Leger and the Derby.
Our overseas stories now to Ellis Park in Kentucky, where the Jamaica-born jockey Sean Bridgemahan, the 1998 Eclipse Award winner as the USA's top apprentice rider, made the headlines with a huge win in the Kentucky Downs Preview Turf Cup.
Bridgemahan's mount, Factor This, was a 4-5 favourite but had to work really hard to snatch the win by a half a length for trainer Brad Cox in the US $100,000 event. 2:04.52 the winning time for 10 furlongs. 4 consecutive stakes wins this for Factor This, all with Bridgemahan aboard. Those previous added money victories coming at Fairgrounds twice and then Churchill Downs. North of the border, a massive win for ex-TNT champion jockey Wilmer Galvez in Monday night's Manitoba Derby at Assiniboia Downs. He is on the inside here, coming off the final bend aboard the 7-1 bet Mongolian Wind, fighting off Trinidadian jockey Richard Mangali's outside challenge.
For the stretch run in the Derby, Mongolian Wind with the lead. To the outside, Mr. Unusual, Relentless. Something Natural is not going to do it today. These two to the wire. Mongolian Wind, Mr. Unusual, Mongolian Wind.
Mongolian Wind scores by a head in a thrilling finish to the Canadian $60,000 Manitoba Derby. Venezuela-born Galvez, a 2-time TNT champion at Santa Rosa Park, repelling Richard Mangali aboard the 15-1 bet Mr. Unusual to win the 9 furlong event in 1:54 even. Leading jockey Antonio Whitehall was on place in that Manitoba Derby, but has already cracked the 50 mark in wins this season, and the Barbadian enjoys a handsome 19-win lead in the Jockeys Championship table at the Winnipeg Racetrack. TNT's Stanley Chady Jr., who won Tuesday's debutante stakes aboard the 4-5 favourite Melisandre, is currently 3rd with 26 wins. Meanwhile, Barbadian Rico Walcott continues to stretch his lead atop the Century Mile standings in Edmonton. 7 weekend wins, 3 on Friday and 4 on Sunday. 26 wins now in the season for the 31-year-old. He is 12 in front of defending champion Rigo Sarmiento, with Whitehall in 3rd. Whitehall among several jockeys straddling the Century Mile and Assiniboia Downs duties this season. Another Barbadian, Juan Crawford, made a big surge up the Fort Erie standings in Ontario this week with 4 wins on Tuesday, lifting him to join 3rd on 17 wins with Jamaican Kirk Johnson. Crawford and Johnson are just 3 wins off the lead held by Melanie Pinto.
Across the Atlantic now to England's Glorious Goodwood Festival, one of the main events, the King George Qatar Stakes. The champion sprinter Batash eyeing a record 4th win in the event. Will he get it? Here's a race call.
Thereof, El Astronaute just dipped as he came out. He didn't make his normal very, very fast start, and it will be Ornate who will spearhead the field. Racing fast against near side rail is Rebecca Rocks, and then Batage. He's down the centre of the course, and now he's giving a lead to El Astronaute. Next is Copper Knight, followed by the French raider Big Brother's Pride, Judicial, then Hootson. The back marker is Rumble in the Jungle. Already they come towards a halfway point, and Ornate is being ridden along. Batage is poised to pounce in the centre of the course. Copper Knight comes under a ride. Judicial and El Astronaute. Then Hootson begins to stay on. Rumble in the Jungle, right over on the far side, but with a furlong to go, it is Batage who goes for home, and Batage is clear by 3 lengths. Hootson is giving chase and now trying to close. Batage still in front as they race up towards the line, and Batage is the first ever 3-times winner of the King George Qatar Stakes.
Batage brilliant and uncontainable as the 2-7 favourite in a 2 1/4 length win over the 14-1 bet Glass Slippers. Jim Crowley aboard Britain's fastest horse for trainer Charlie Hills. The win in a course record 55.62 seconds, lowering his own previous mark of 56.2.
We've been at the track, covering top stories and exciting races in the Sport of Kings. Check us out again next week.